On this edition of Shelby This Week, drug raid in Shelby. Michigan State Police conducted a raid at a Shelby Township home. Dealing with crowds. How would you handle escaping a catastrophe in the middle of a crowded area? And cleaning up Lake St Clair. A state representative is calling out the DEQ about keeping the lake clean. We have these stories plus much more now. A Shelby Township man has been arrested in connection with an illegal grow operation.
We worked in conjunction with our partners in law enforcement to assist in a search warrant of a residence within our township. The case is still ongoing, but is not being investigated by us.
Michigan State Police say they seized nearly 500 marijuana plants from 3 locations last week. One of those locations included a home on Forest View Drive in Shelby Township. Police tell us the suspect went to a casino in Ohio and tried to launder the money made from the suspected operation. That's when investigators obtained warrants to search the man's home, an industrial building in Troy, and a building in Commerce Township. Police also seized more than $11,000 in cash, a car, and 20,000 vape pens. Right now, investigators believe the man grew marijuana and supplied it to dispensaries in the Detroit area. Police have not released his name. A horrific car crash leaves 3 people in critical condition. It happened last Thursday on M53 near 32 Mile Road in Washington Township. Police say a 54-year-old truck driver fell asleep and crashed into a car. That crash triggered a chain reaction involving at least 8 other cars. It happened in the middle of rush hour traffic. Police say 6 people were taken to the hospital. 3 of those people are expected to be okay. The others are still in critical condition. Right now, police don't believe drugs or alcohol played a factor in this crash. In recent tragedies in Manchester and London, and tragedies that have happened here in the States, people have been targeting large crowds. Shelby TV's Stacey Sansatera finds out how we best protect ourselves if tragedy strikes.
You should have some predetermined plans if you are going to attend a large event.
If you pay attention to the news, you already know that our world has changed. From wars to terrorism to natural disasters, there's no shortage of scary stuff going on.
No longer is there a beat cop just walking the street anymore. Now it's the global world. A threat that's in Bosnia could be here. The threat that is in Paris could be linked to something here. It's a global threat.
And that global threat has sparked fear in many. What's less than clear is how we should proceed as summer travel and events are among us.
Well, you just have to do your due diligence. You have to pre-plan a lot. You have to prepare. You have to have a scenario, a plan in place for any scenario that may occur.
And because people are starting to feel vulnerable in large crowd settings, it's important to have that plan.
Well, really, it needs to start before you actually get to the event. You should have a predetermined plan with your family as to if things go wrong. Much the same as you have fire drills in school and you don't have a fire, you prepare before the incident occurs.
One of the best ways to stay safe at any event is to be aware of what's going on around you.
Acclimate yourself to the arena, to the environment, wherever it may be. Acclimate yourself so that you can find the exit points, find a safe way to get out of that location. Know where you're going to travel, know where you're going to go if something happens, if something comes up or arises.
And it's important that everyone in the family, including young children, are aware of the potential for danger.
Knowledge is power, and you have that conversation with them to empower them. You give them knowledge that will help them walk themselves through that. Instead of giving them the answers, maybe ask them, what do you think you would do?
Always be aware of your surroundings. If you get even the slightest feeling that something may be wrong, trust your instinct and act fast.
If you see a problem and you feel a problem, then it probably is. You see a group of people congregating that don't look normal. You see something that's amiss or awry. You see people that aren't acting in a normal crowd-like behavior. They're not paying attention to the event that is going on. They're communicating to themselves that don't look normal. you yourself are going to have to be accountable to your actions, saying, hey, maybe it's time for me and my family to leave. If you see trouble, get away from trouble.
And with that, the simplest advice of all.
Remain calm, think things through, and find your safest exit point.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
State Representative Pete Lucido is demanding the Michigan DEQ take immediate action to clean up waste and raw sewage in Lake St. Clair. Last week, Lucido hosted a roundtable discussion with other lawmakers and members of the DEQ to shed light on the issue of a polluted lake. Rep. Lucido says that Lake St. Clair is too beautiful to become the state's largest cesspool and that the issue has been going on for years, and the DEQ has done nothing about it. He hopes the DEQ will provide a cleanup plan within the next 2 weeks. Macomb County is highlighting the importance of their Selfridge Air National Guard base. Now, the executive's office is hoping to score an important deal. County Executive Mark Hackle says the Air Force should bring its F-35 Lightning aircraft to Selfridge. Hackle says Selfridge is one of 5 guard bases across the country hoping to house the aircraft. He touted the base to the state's biggest movers and shakers during the Detroit Regional Chamber Mackinac Policy Conference. He says he's hoping to attract some attention to the future of Selfridge. The Michigan Defense Center of Sterling Heights conducted its own study, saying Selfridge would be a good place for the aircraft. Utica Community Schools publications have earned nearly 200 awards at the annual Michigan Interscholastic Press Association Spring Awards last month. Utica High School received 60 awards, 3 of which being Spartan Awards, which are the top award. Eisenhower High School received 53 awards for newspaper and yearbook, as well as 4 awards to the school's film department. And for the first time this year, junior high school's yearbooks were ranked, where Mallow earned 27 awards and Shelby Junior High took home 25. Still ahead on Shelby This Week, playoff soccer. The Eisenhower girls try to extend their playoff run. And dust off your walking shoes. There's a new walking club in Shelby Township.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
The Shelby Gardeners Club had their annual cleanup day last week.
Today is our big cleanup day, so that means we're weeding, we're trimming, and we're getting the soil ready for our big planting day on the 15th. And that's when we start putting in all of our beautiful annuals. But we have beautiful perennials that are constantly coming up.
As the Gardeners Club spends all year maintaining the garden walk and keeping it beautiful, they ask people to stay on the walking paths and out of the gardens. The Gardeners Club encourages residents to come walk the paths and take in the beautiful sights of the garden walk. Nominations for the annual Shelby Township Beautification Awards are being accepted. If you know someone who goes the extra mile when it comes to their garden, let them know you appreciate it by nominating them. Or simply, if you feel your garden is worthy, you can nominate yourself as well. The beautification committee will look at the nominated gardens during the month of July, and winners will be announced in the fall. If you are interested in nominating yourself or someone you know, you can do so by contacting the clerk's office at 586-731-5102. It's time to blow the dust off your walking shoes. The Shelby Township Senior Walking Club is inviting you to join them. They meet during the summer on designated days at 10 a.m. at one of Shelby Township's parks.
It gets you out in the fresh sunshine. We talk about the flowers, the birds, just conversation, socialization, and getting the people out and about in the neighborhood and let them know where all the parks are.
For more information and a schedule of the days and locations of their walks, contact the Senior Center at 586-739-7540. It was crunch time for the Eisenhower girls soccer team as they met up with Stony Creek in the district title game. Our Austin Lass breaks down the final district test for the Ike girls.
Stony Creek High School for girls soccer district final action as the Stony Creek Cougars take on your Eisenhower Eagles. The Cougars would get the first scoring chance of the game as the corner kick is sent into the box, gets knocked around, and is finally cleared by Lauren DeBow. Micah Ingalls would then deliver a perfectly placed pass off the head of Lauren DeBow, and DeBow would send it just over the crossbar. Stony Creek would get another scoring opportunity off a corner kick as Emily Solik sends it into the box, and it is denied by Allison Rotzel. And now in the second half, Eisenhower would finally break through on the scoreboard as Gabriella Jodis sends a beautiful pass to Lauren DeBow, and DeBow heads it into the back of the net, putting the Eagles on top 1-0. The Cougars would get one more scoring chance in the closing minutes of the game, but the defense and goalkeeper Allison Rotzel would keep it a 1-goal lead, and that's all the Eagles would need as they go on to win the district final by a score of 1-0.
Bella, amazing player. She really knows how to play a great ball in. When I saw it, kept my eye on it, got it in. It's awesome, but honestly, I wouldn't even got the chance of the goal if it wasn't for Bella. So this was a team win by far, and I'm really grateful to play on this team.
Last year we were undefeated and we lost to Stony. So, we're going to just enjoy it tonight, and we'll figure out who we have to play next, and hopefully we'll do our homework, and hopefully we can perform like the way we did today.
Still ahead on Shelby this week. Anglers, dust off your poles. The Shelby Township Fishing Derby is right around the corner. And biking for a good cause. The Kiwanis Club hosted their bike rodeo, and we were there.
The kitchen can be a dangerous place. Please stay in the kitchen when cooking on a stovetop. Please keep children at least 3 feet away from a hot stove. Never leave children alone in a room with a lit candle, as they could get burned or cause a fire. It's a good idea to check your smoke detectors often, once a month. These simple tips can go a long way in keeping your family safe.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
It was another district championship game for Eisenhower, this time the girls softball team. Austin Lass returns to break down their matchup against Rochester Adams.
Romeo High School for district final softball action as the Adams Highlanders take on your Eisenhower Eagles. The Eagles would dominate from start to finish as Madeline Kosnick crushes a bases-loaded double to center, driving in all 3 runners. Later in the first inning, Brooklyn Schwentek would drive in another run off a single to left field. And that would turn out to be the game-winning run as the Eagles would go on to win from a final score of 15-0. to 3.
This team's been gelling more and more. They're coming together. The last couple weeks of the season, we've had some battles with some teams. We took a few bruisings early in the year from some really good teams. We learned from it, and we've gotten better. And I'm proud of these girls. In terms of our program, this is our first district, and I don't know how long. Just to see all their hard work, culminate to this, it's a beautiful thing.
The Kiwanis Club of Utica and Shelby Township continued one of its longtime traditions to bring awareness and safety to children in the community. Arthur Schenk has more from the annual Bike Rodeo.
In their almost 30-year mission to promote bicycle safety for area children, the Kiwanis Club of Utica and Shelby Township has had to deal with some pretty unpredictable Michigan weather. This past Sunday, expected rains made a brief appearance before the clouds cleared early to help the sun shine down on this year's Bill Holm Memorial Bicycle Safety Rodeo and Safety Fair. Held at Whispering Woods Kiwanis Park on 21 Mile, the rodeo guided participants in safety procedures, bike inspections, and even a test track. There was also a bicycle helmet giveaway where bikers were properly fitted and supplied with a brand new helmet.
It's a wonderful event. I just thank everyone who comes out and shows up just to get the free helmet, because bicycle safety is a huge concern, and head injuries are up all over the place. So we want to make sure these kids know how to be safe, and we want to give them the tools to be safe. So I just thank all the volunteers and everyone who donates for coming out and helping Kiwanis put on this event.
The success of an ongoing event like the Bike Rodeo takes not only time to prepare, but a large amount of help, something area businesses and government is proud to supply.
This event sort of runs like clockwork. This is our 29th annual year, so realistically, I just put in a call every year and say, hey, police department, can you guys come out here? Fire department, all of them. They're there in a heartbeat. They're already penciling it in for next year today. But the biggest person I want to thank this year is Tony from over at Cloverleaf Pizza on 25 in, I think, the Quinder area. They made a very substantial donation in memory of a friend of his, and it was a huge donation. And without donations and people coming together to do this wouldn't be possible. We're just trying to help out the kids. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're from the area, even outside the area, and you need help, or whether it's have tough medical bills or someone's not getting food, you can be one person. If we can help you, we're going to help you. So our motto is helping out the community one child at a time. So whether you're a child or an adult or a family of this township, we want to be there for you.
If you are interested in finding more about the Kiwanis Club of Utica and Shelby Township, you can go to their website at uticashelbykiwanis.org, or you can check them out on Facebook by searching Kiwanis Utica Shelby Township. Reporting for a hopefully much safer Shelby Township, I'm Arthur Schenk for Shelby This Week.
Anglers ages 15 years old or younger are invited to Shelby Township's annual Fishing Derby. The Fishing Derby is set for June 10th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Heritage Garden Lake. That's just behind the township's municipal building. The Fishing Derby is free for kids up to age 15. Participants must bring their own equipment and bait. This year's prizes include rod and reel combos, tackle boxes, and other fishing-related items. For more information, call the township's Parks and Recreation Department. And that does it for this edition of Shelby This Week. You can watch us online all the time on our Facebook page. Just search Shelby TV. We will leave you now with more scenes of the Shelby Gardeners Club, gardening away at Heritage Gardens. Thanks for watching.
Hi residents of Macomb County, I'm your Chief Animal Control Officer, Jeff Randazzo, and I just want to take a moment and talk to you about the Gibraltar Trade Center adoptions. One, we're very thankful to Gibraltar Trade Center for allowing us to do adoptions, and ever since its inaugural grand opening on August 29th, we have adopted out more than 50 animals every Saturday from 10 to 2. So if you are looking for a pet or family member, we'd love for you to come there. Again, it's Saturday 10 to 2 over at Gibraltar Trade Center in Mount Clemens. And we bring all the animals, the homeless animals, here from Macomb County Animal Control that were picked up in your community. So it's your way of getting involved, and thank you for all your support. We truly are blessed to have you here.